So seconds out, delighted to be joined by English light heavyweight champion Dan Azeez. Dan, how you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good, man. Yourself, Dan?
I'm good. We're in car with Dan Azeez, which is always good.
I'm just about. I've got like SNC in like 15 minutes, so yeah. I just thought, let me get it over and done with, then go train.
It's a nice way of putting it. We'll keep it brief. Um,
Yeah,
just wanted to kind of take you back a little bit. I know you didn't have your first amateur fight till quite late on. You were like 19, is what I
yeah.
read. Did you, when you first started as an amateur, did you always intend to go pro eventually, or was it something that came when you realised how good you were?
Yeah. Something that later um came as like me. I started developing a good relationship with my professional coach Brian Shaughnessy. I did a bit of training with him to the end of my amateurs, but during amateur times, I didn't even really think the pros were serious. Like I used to think, it's just all show. Like the amateurs is the serious stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't really rate the pros like that. So yeah, no, I didn't think I would turn pro when I started boxing anyway.
And what were you doing work-wise all that time? So from when you started amateur boxing to when you turned over?
Well, I started amateur boxing when I was at uni, so obviously I was full time studying, and then once I did that, I worked for a finance company for a bit. Started my own company as a removalist, and that was about it, really. Yeah.
Are you still working now, or are you a full-time pro?
No, luckily, thanks to JFW Build, I'm able to train full time. But that's just been of recent. So yeah,
And you said you were at uni when you first started in the amateurs. What was your subject? What did you get your qualification in?
accounting and finance.
So you've got that to fall back on once boxing's all done with, whether you need it or not.
Yeah. Of course. Not that I even enjoy it or I like maths or anything, but yeah, it's there in case I need it.
Well, things have been going pretty well so far, it's fair to say. Unbeaten, getting a lot of them out of there as well. Was the
Yeah,
Charlie Duffield fight, because of the prominence, it being on such a big bill, was that the kind of turning point for you?
yeah, no, definitely. It's a turning point for both of us, really. I think we obviously had our fair share in fighting journeyman, and it was time for a step up. Even though we're very cool, good mates, train at the same gym and everything, it was like, all right, this is the crossroads. Like we've got to get it done. We got to move on to the next level. So yeah, it was definitely, and especially because it was on such a good bill on TV, it was definitely like the turning point for both of us. Yeah,
And then Lawrence Osweke was next and clearly won that
yeah,
fight to take the English title. Very impressive performance in
yeah,
a slightly different way from the Duffield performance. Less kind of
yeah.
explosive, more thoughtful. How happy were you with that performance?
Not really, because I don't think it was entertaining. Um, for me, boxing's all about entertainment, man. Like, well, the spectators, I don't think, well, most of them, they just want to see knockouts, big punches. Sorry, yeah, they just want to see big punches, people getting laid out. So from that perspective, I weren't really happy. I like to have the crowd like enjoying the fight, but I got the win regardless. Stayed undefeated, picked up another title um, in just under a couple of months from when I picked up the first one. So yeah, I guess there was positive and negatives. So hopefully my next fight is a bit more explosive and more entertaining.
Well, Andre Sterling, who you're fighting September the 1st, he certainly comes to mix it up. What do you
Yeah.
make of him as a fighter? And he's lost two of his last three. Do you
hmm
feel, that tarnishes the fight a bit, or do you feel it means he's got a point to prove?
Um, yeah, he's got a point to prove. I think obviously I should be facing the most dangerous Andre Sterling there is. Like you said, he's lost two fights. In his head, if he loses to me, what he should be thinking is like, where do I go from here? So I'm gearing up for the best Andre Sterling. From what I've seen of him, he's tough and he's game. So I expect a very good, entertaining fight. Like again, he's another person that trains in the same gym as me. Not now, but obviously train at the Peacock. So yeah, I'm expecting a tough fight and a more entertaining one. So it's all good. It's all good.
Have you guys sparred before?
Yeah, loads of times. Like we sparred, I'm sure over hundreds of rounds, man. We sparred hundreds of rounds. So
Does
Yeah,
that
we're
tell you
very
much
familiar.
about the fight, or is it strictly distinguished from fighting?
To me, fight night is always different from sparring. You know, sparring, you're trying things out. There's so many intangibles when it comes to sparring, for me anyway. So fight night's always, it's make or break. No matter what, you got to get that win. So you got just a whole different mentality when it comes to fight night. So yeah.
So just under 2 weeks before that fight, we'll see the vacant British title disputed at your
Yeah,
weight between Shakan Pitters and Chad Sugden.
yeah.
How do you see that one going? And do you feel you're in pole position for the winner once you go past, if you go past Andre Sterling?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I don't look past any fight. I've got a fight in front of me, so that's what I'm focused on. But in terms of how I think the fight goes, Shaka's tall and rangy. Sugden's actually quite a slick fighter. Actually, I'm sure that he calls himself slick something, but he is quite a slick fighter, and he put up a good fight against Richard. I thought Richard was going to get him out of there, but yeah, it should be a good fight. But I'll put my money on um, what's in it, Pitters. Yeah, he's a tall, rangy fighter. But I don't know. He's like 6'6", so I don't know how good he can take shots, because I watched him against who was it? Oh, when he won the English title, I can't remember his name now. I was meant to even
Dex
fight him.
Spellman?
Dex Spellman, yeah, and he got rocked a couple times. Credit to him, sucked it up, come back fighting. So he's definitely someone in my sights. I'd love to get on with him for the British title if he comes through, or Sugden, any one of them. But yeah, like I said, I've got September 1st defending my title to get through first, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
How important is it to you that you win all those belts on the way through? Is it just to get to where you want to get the quickest way possible, or do you want to tick off those boxes like British, Commonwealth,
Yeah, no,
etc.?
definitely. When I turned pro, I said, yeah, I want to do it the traditional way. I want to pick up all the belts. I started off with the Southern area, got the English. So just next in line is the British or the Commonwealth, and then move on from there. I actually want to, just for my own self, it's something I want to prove to myself. I personally think if I can't win these belts, then I can't be thinking of our world title, European level. I have to go through the fire, and to be fair, British level is a good level, and if I can't get past that, then there's no point in me talking about world level. I need to go through that. It's just like the Southern area, even though it's the lowest of the titles, you don't get, you can't fight journeymen or shit people for Southern area. It's always up and coming fighters. So I could have not gone for that and just gone straight for the English, keep winning, gone for the English. But no, in my head, if I can't win these titles, then I can't be thinking of the top level. It's just what's got to be done for me anyway. For me and my coach, and we've said it from day one.
It seems like London produces a disproportionate amount of top light heavyweights. You've obviously got
Yeah,
you, Anthony Yarde, Josh
yeah,
Buatsi, Craig
yeah.
Richards. It'd be a shame, don't you think, if none of you ever fought each other?
Of course, man. No, definitely, man. It's boxing. We're all in the same weight, so why not? It's crazy because all the people that you've even mentioned, I know quite well, and we're quite close. So it is a funny time. Funny time. A lot of South London light heavyweights, and we're all coming up around the same time. Obviously, you got Yarde and Buatsi. They're just a bit further ahead. They're probably, well, Yarde's, you'd say, his world level. He's fought for a world title, so, or just under, and Buatsi's just trying to get there. But as for myself, Craig, and whoever, we're around that British level. So yeah.
Have you sparred all three of those?
Yeah, sparred Yarde, but years ago as an amateur. Buatsi always helps me out. We always do rounds all the time, even when he was an amateur. Craig used to spar a lot as amateur. I haven't sparred him as a pro. And yeah.
So the obvious question then, apart from yourself, who's the best?
Yeah. Do you know what? They all got their qualities, man. They all got their qualities. But to be fair, just the way the rankings are, the two top guys would be Yarde and Josh. So, do you know what I mean? And the rest of us were just following behind. That's how I'd leave it. But everyone has their own qualities and are good in their own different ways.
Just tell us a little bit about Brian O'Shaughnessy. He's been a trainer so long now, kind of under
Yeah,
the radar for a lot of those years in the amateurs as
yeah,
well. Just tell us
yeah.
about him and your relationship with him, what that does for you.
Yeah, because obviously, like I said, I used to train in Essex where I was studying, but when I'd come down to London, not a lot of the coaches would want to train me unless I joined their gym because obviously I could be fighting their boys. So I used to go down trade TKO and I would see Brian O'Shaughnessy. Obviously, he used to train at West Ham ABC. His son was um, a ABA champion and stuff. Used to train with the infamous Mickey May. God rest his soul. And yeah, we just started doing bits at TKO. He used to train Charlie Edwards them times. Then Lawrence came on board, started training with him. Then Umar Sadiq. Then we had quite a bit of a stable. And yeah, so we just built a relationship from there in the amateurs. And then I remember asking him, "Oh, do you think I should turn pro?" And like, so it would be like, "Nah, not yet. Stay in amateurs for a bit." And then after, as I think, I've reached a couple finals in the ABAs. They said, yeah, I think your style's more suited to the pro. So yeah, let's give it a try. And yeah, and that's it.
You mentioned there the likes of Umar Sadiq and Lawrence Okoli, who've both
Yeah,
since moved on from the
yeah.
stable. What is it that's kept you there? Why does it work so well with you and Brian?
Um, First off, obviously, I was there before them anyway, so it's not like they were there and then I saw them together and joined. So I've had my own relationship with Brian anyway. So and there's just something about him. Me and him just gel. He understands me a lot. I can be a pain in the ass to deal with, like especially come fight night or around the time where you got to make weight. So he just understands me, and I think we got just our own kind of chemistry, and it's very hard to get that. And I just think he dedicates his whole time to me, a lot of time for me. Like he's genuinely a nice guy. Anyone who's trained with him knows like he's got a heart of gold, and it's hard in this sport. Boxing is just, I'm sorry to say, it's a piece of shit. Like apart from the training and like obviously getting in the ring, but just the politics and everything, it's hard to find decent people around. So when you do have them, like when you do get someone, it's good to just keep them aside and cherish them. So yeah, no man, me and Brian, we definitely got a real bond, both in the boxing and outside. So yeah,
With those politics in mind, MTK have obviously treated you very well. Do you see
yeah.
yourself signing with a major promoter in the near future, a Matchroom or a Queensbury?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so. I leave, like you said, MTK are doing their job, so I leave it in their hands. I just get on with my training and winning fights. To be fair, they're doing a great job there. From when I signed with them, they're so much more bigger. So yeah, obviously that would be the next step. Like maybe try and get signed with one of these big promoters.
Good stuff. Before I let you get off to your S&C session, just tell people out there how they
Yeah.
can find you on the different social media platforms.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Dan_Azeez. Same on Twitter. Those are the two main handles that I use. So yeah, just follow the journey. A lot of people have, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, Dan Azeez.
Good stuff. All right, well, enjoy your session if enjoy is the right word. And
Nah, it's not.
probably not. But I'll see you I'll watch you obviously on September the 1st and then hopefully see you down the Peacock sometime soon.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Danny, man. Thank you so much.
All right, take care, mate. Thank you.
Sweet brother. Take care.